I'm sorry. You just entered the wrong house.
Alright, let me push him down. And
Greetings from outer space.
It's your host, yours truly, JupiterRedd, and I'm back with another video. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. So we're just gonna get straight into this, okay? So as you can see by the title, today is a story time about how there was a possum in my HVAC closet. Which I forgot what HVAC means. I know that the C means closet, but we're gonna call it HVAC closet anyway, okay? If you don't know what an HVAC closet is, it's basically like where your water heater and stuff is. And yeah, so let's get to it. Me and my boyfriend had moved into this new crappy apartment that I'm still currently living in, by the way. And I still hate it as much as I did when we first moved in. But we moved in there because that was what was in our budget. And then, you know how apartment complexes, like if you ever bought an apartment or you rented an apartment or whatever, you know how like they don't always have an apartment available for you to view, so they take you to the bougie looking one that they got set up for display, so everything's all pretty, the couch and the furniture all nice, and it's always nice and renovated. So when I went to go look at that apartment, I was like, oh yeah, okay, well it looks like everything's updated and renovated and looks nice. And then moving day comes in and I find out that our apartment is a piece of trash, like literally a piece of trash. But we move in anyway. It's, you know, it's not anything serious. You know, I've lived in crappy places before. It's fine. Like, you couldn't beat no $760 a month. You couldn't beat that. Like, no, not in Metro Atlanta. So it all started on the first night. Me and my boyfriend had cleaned up the apartment a little bit. So after we got done cleaning, we went to bed and we started hearing these strange noises that it sounded like it was coming from upstairs, oddly enough. So it sounded like a lot of water was leaking and like some banging going on and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that the neighbor upstairs was like having some intense shower sex or something. And in the middle of the night, it continued. And I was just like, dang, like, how long can people have sex? Like in the shower, like get out, like move. I literally wanted to go knock on her door and be like, excuse me, can y'all keep y'all booty thumping to a minimum? But I'm glad that I did it because turns out it was not them upstairs anyway. So this goes on for like a few hours and then it finally stops around like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm able to go to sleep without waking up and hearing weird noises and stuff like that. But when I woke up in the morning, I noticed that the HVAC closet is open. And I'm like, how did the HVAC closet get open? Like,
we're haunted! We're haunted! We're haunted!
So later on when I'm at work, I talked to my boyfriend and I'm like, the HVAC closet was open today. I don't really know how it got open, but you know, I think this place might be haunted and that might be like all the sounds that's going on. Of course, my boyfriend doesn't really believe in all that, so he's just like, nah, it's just, I don't know. I don't even remember what he said, to be honest, but all I know is he just brushed it off. That night that all the noise was happening, it happened again for like 2 other nights. And me and my boyfriend was able to pin it to the HVAC closet because every time I would wake up in the middle of the night, the HVAC closet would be open. So one night my boyfriend was taking a dump and I was drunk as hell. And me and my boyfriend was literally sitting there talking. He's sitting there vaping on the toilet and I'm still here getting drunk. babe, like, we should look in the HVAC closet and see what's going on. Like, we should look. Like, obviously there's like a ghost or like the spawn of Satan in there, and we need to check it out. And my boyfriend's like, well, when I'm done, I will look in the HVAC closet. I'll look in there. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, of course, you know, pooping takes a while, and I'm starting to get impatient. I really want to know what's inside of that closet. I didn't wait. I opened the HVAC closet, and then I see a big pair of beady black eyes just looking at me, and it's hissing. I screamed to the top of my lungs, and I slammed that HVAC closet door so hard. Oh my gosh. And babe was like, what is it? What's going on? And I'm like, babe, there's a possum in there. I'm literally like about to like cry real tears because I was like, I was so scared. But the thing is, I'm not normally scared of possums. It was just the fact that I wasn't expecting it to be there. But no, I was not expecting a possum. How does a possum get into the HVAC closet? So my boyfriend comes out of the bathroom and he takes a look and he sees a big old possum in there just looking at us. I called the police. The police talk about, you need to call your overnight apartment people or something like that, because they're supposed to have something like, if your toilet goes out or something like that and you only have one bathroom, there's supposed to be somebody who comes out overnight and like fixes it and stuff. I was supposed to call those people so they can come help me get the possum out. So they end up sending me a cop anyway. They actually sent the cop that lives in our neighborhood, and he was already like drunk, and he brought his girlfriend, and he was like, I'm not messing with no possum. I'm not about to mess with no possum. But his girl was like real country, you know, not like black people country, but white people country. You know how white people, when they country, they be like hog riding, mud fishing, dirt biking type. She was like, yeah, I used to wrestle rattlesnakes and stuff. She was down for it. So we let them into the apartment, and we're like, okay, well, we gonna let them try to get this possum out. So I'm gonna now insert some footage here.
Alright, Whoopi.
Damn, I got
a possum.
Hey, Whoopi. Okay, you're gonna come down the water tank, and you're gonna come to the little bin, okay? And you're gonna be happy about it.
So comfortable doing this.
It's okay. Oh, he looks...
Probably is scared.
Alright, Bubba. I know, it's okay. I know. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Whoopi. I know, baby.
And he's like trying to bite the stick.
He's just scared.
Yeah, he just scared, man.
Hey.
Sorry.
So unfortunately, they weren't able to get the possum out because the possum ended up crawling back into like a little crawl space way behind the water heater. So what I ended up doing was I ended up taping like the center of the HVAC closet door so that it couldn't open from the middle anymore, because that's how the possum was getting out. The possum would like push the middle, and then it would open like a little slot where he can come out and like do whatever in the apartment. I'm still a little afraid to open this thing because I feel like there's still a possum in there. But basically, hold on, let me back up again. This is the HVAC closet. Okay, as you can see, it's a center opening closet. So basically, I guess the possum was smart enough to push the middle. If you're on the inside of this, you can push the middle. When you push the middle, it will open like this, and it will come through this little crack and just crawl. So I ended up telling the apartment people like, hey, there's a possum, and the officer even called and was like, there's a possum in there, y'all need to get the possum out. So we had to wait like a couple of days for the animal control people or the pest control people to come, and he basically set a trap on top of like this little box and put some cat food at the end because possums like pet food. and so that the possum can go in there and eat the cat food and then get caught. The possum fell for it because possums are dumb. So then yeah, we had to sit the possum in the cage outside of the door until the guy could come pick up the possum. And that's pretty much it. The guy ended up picking up the possum, and that was the end of that. We ended up having like a flea problem due to the possum. My dog had fleas, I had fleas, but there was fleas everywhere. So they came in and they bombed the apartment and everything. And you know, it took about 2 times to get all the fleas out the house or whatever. And trust me, I was up in that office trying to get something. I was like, y'all owe me like 1 month's free rent, like for real, or at least like half, or like a reduced rate for the first month. But unfortunately, they didn't give me anything, and I didn't really have the finances to try to move. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to stay in this apartment. So I'm gonna just have to make it work. But when I was trying to talk to the lady about it, I was like, hey, like, don't y'all think y'all should give me something? The lady was just sitting like, I don't know what you want us to do for you because we can't do that for you. It's nature, it's natural. I'm like, bitch, ain't nothing natural about a possum being in an apartment. You want to know what's natural? The possum being outside with nature. I promise you, I just wanted to bop that. I wanted to bop that bitch. I wanted to bop her. But yeah, so that's pretty much it about the story about how there was a possum in my HVAC closet. If you like this video, make sure you shoot that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified when I put up a new video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video. Toodaloo.